Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to find the moving averages in Power BI. So please try to watch all my previous videos so that you'll get more understanding Power BI and SSIS SQL Server development and performance tuning. So now let's go to the Power BI desktop. There we can understand today's video demo. So for timing, already I have designed the report, so I'll try to explain each and every step what I've done here. So before getting the details of the report, let me explain what are the tables I have imported to design this report under customer, geography, product, sales territory, dim date, category, subcategory, internet sales. So these are the tables I have imported from the Excel, and also we'll try to understand what kind of relationship we have established between the dimension tables and fact tables. So understanding a relationship, it's very important in Power BI. We'll try to see that is also. Go to the model, collapse these two, scroll down a little bit. Now we can see that already I have enabled the relationship between the dimensions and the fact. For example, if I place the mouse over here, we can see that based on this product key, I have enabled the relationship between the product table as well as internet sales. So even you can understand what kind of direction it is. It's like a one direction to many direction. It means that filter propagation flowing from the dimension table to the fact table. Likewise, I have designed the relationship. In future, we'll try to speak more in upcoming sessions about all kind of options that are available in a relationship. For timing, we'll try to understand towards report design only. So just click on report. So now we have two pages. One is, so here this is the table visual, and these are two slices. This is the date slicer, this is the so whether you want to find 7 days moving average and 30 days or 15 days, 20 days. So for getting this slicer, I have created a separate table that, so I'll try to show that is also. So go to the ranking table, so go to the data column. So now we can see that it's like I have created numbers 5, 7, 15, 20, 30. So based on these numbers, I'm just trying to find the moving average dynamically. So I have used this one as a slicer. Okay, so here I have used slicer. So now, so each day wise we have the sales amount. Okay, each day wise now we have the sales amount. So now we are trying to find the moving average based on this selection. For example, if I click on 5 means, so we are trying to calculate the moving average 5. Okay, 5 days moving average. For example, if I click on 7 means 7 days moving average. So between these two dates period, okay, from this date to this date, I'm trying to find the 7 days moving average. So we can select anything, it gives dynamically. Okay, even I'll try to do some changes in the dates, so it works. This now we are calculating from the August 31st 2002 onwards moving average, 7 days moving average. So based on this we can select any dates, in between dates we can find the moving average. So this is the table is same thing I'm trying to so replicate into this line chart so that easily we can understand. So here also same thing. Now you can select any dates, between dates we can understand how moving average for 7 days, for 5 days, 7 days, 15 days. Now you can see the line is getting changed whenever I am just changing the, it's getting changed. Even I'll try to adjust this one. Okay, so likewise I have designed the report, so I'll try to show what kind of logics I have included in this getting this numbers and all. It's very simple only. So go to the sales amount. So for getting that sales amount, I have used the calculate sum x function. So calculate sum x function. So for finding the moving average, so here I have declared one variable, selected value variable. So in this variable I'm trying to capture what are the value we have selected in the slicer, same value capturing into this variable. and if you did not select any one of the slicer value, I'm just trying to take the min value. So whatever the value min is there, I'm just taking the minimum value. And finally, I declared another variable here. I'm just using the average x function, and within this I have used the dates in period function. And here, instead of specifying the hard-coded value, I have just used this dynamic value. So based on the slicer selection, automatically we are checking the whether we want to see the 5 days, 7 days, 12 days, 15 days, whatever the value we have selected in the slicer, same value we are finding the moving average, and finally we are returning this expression under. So like that I have designed this, I have written this expression under. Okay, so that's all for today's video. So if you have any questions or queries, you can send me an email or drop your comments in the comment section so that I'll try to reply as soon as possible. So stay tuned for the videos. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.